Howdy, the name's Alcat. Welcome to the channel. I can almost guarantee you're new here, so it's nice to have you. Today we're going to be doing a challenge run of Elden Ring's Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, beating all Remembrance bosses as a Solitude. I'll also be fighting Bale and any mandatory bosses along the way, though as I consider Bale a gimmick fight, I'll be bending the rules a little. Speaking of rules, here they are. Number 1. I can only use the Solitude Knight armor and sword as my gear for the run. No other weapons and armor are allowed once I acquire the gear, and I have to use all of it. No unequipping to get into a lighter load. Number 2. While summons aren't banned for this challenge, I'm only going to be using them as an absolute last resort. Number 3. No intentional glitches or modding the game. Number 4. No rune farming. This isn't actually a rule I set before starting the challenge, I just don't farm in general as part of my playstyle, so I'm going to act like it made this more impressive. For the majority of the run, I'll be using Dragon Crest Greatshield Talisman, Blessing of the Erdtree +2, Two-Headed Turtle Talisman, and Two-Handed Sword Talisman. For my Physic Flask, I have the Opaline Heart tier and Green Burst Crystal tier. The run will start at level 150, the recommended starting level for the DLC, and the level of the playtester started before the release. Our character is a vagabond for optimized stats given the gear we have equipped. Throughout this run, when I level up, I'll be optimizing strength, endurance, vigor, and either mind or dexterity for the rest. Without further ado, let's begin. I enter the DLC and immediately begin collecting most of the available Shadow Tree fragments. I also don't die embarrassingly along the way. I collect our talismans for the run and prepare to fight the Blackjail Knight. I did this on my first attempt, though, like many other players on my first playthrough, he kicked my ass several times. We upgrade the sword to max level and move on to Bellyrat the Tower Settlement. Nothing special going on here, collect the Shadow Tree fragment and move on to the Divine Beast Dancing Lion. The boss was first try for me, and I even forgot to drink my physic beforehand. You may notice that I'm not used to the Greatsword of Solitude's moveset or range. I'm someone who uses much smaller and faster weapons. First Elden Ring playthrough is daggers only, and I similarly beat Shadow of the Erdtree with only the Beast Claws as my chosen weapons. I do slowly adjust to this weapon throughout the game, but forgive me for my lack of skill early. The dancing lying dead, I moved on to Cancelensis. I quickly grabbed the Shadow Tree fragment along the way, and it's on to Rolana the Twin Moon. Rolana is tied for the boss that killed me the third most amount of times this run, taking 3 tries to take down. My winning attempt, I even forgot to equip my blue flask, which I allocated specifically to get more use out of my Asher Bolt. With enough Unga Bunga, stupid luck, and some totally intentional dodges, Rolana goes down. Let's go fight the Ancient Dragon Man. Twice. Was easy. First try. Collect a few more fragments and move on to fight Bale the Dread. As I mentioned earlier, I consider Bale to be in a similar category as Rykard. For this reason, I use the Dragon Hunter Great Katana and summon the second best NPC in the entire game, Egon. This fight got really close, with me running out of healing flasks and ending the fight with only 7 total health left, Egon landing the finishing blow. That's our boy.
A true great warrior, Bandai Egon. Your fear is made flesh. being! Bail the dread! You shall
7.
haunt me no longer!
I totally don't say something horrible to the other boy.
Sad. Forever. Sad. Forever and ever.
I enter the Shadowkeep Church District, die stupidly. Twice. Pick up the fragments into the storehouse, another fragment, and it's time for Commander Gaius. Gaius is the other boss who took 3 tries, tied with Rolana in 3rd place for this run. In my opinion, though, he's not nearly as difficult as people seem to think he is. He's a fun and quick challenge and a great wall before getting 5 more fragments. Guy's dead, I head to the Cerulean Coast, down with the Stone Goblin Fisher. Don't die, stupid. Pick up another fragment. I then move on to the Justin Knight. I don't have much to say about the Knight. Like most bosses, he went down on the first try and only had a few messy hitboxes with ghost bomb attacks. Back to Shadowkeep, and it's on to the Golden Hippo. Once again, a first try victory. Fun fact, I've never actually been grabbed by any of the Hippo enemies in the game, and I beat it before that was patched. I guess I'm just too good at the game, so long as you ignore all deaths from exploration. Down the coffin I go, collecting more fragments. Head into Darklight Catacombs, die stupidly. And it's time to first try Jory the Elder Inquisitor. This is another boss I see a lot of people complain about, and once more, I don't understand why. If you're having trouble with him, you can just put him in a backstab loop and prevent him from hitting you. the Woods time, pick up the fragments, head into Midra's Manse, and enjoy the best boss music in the game. Midra took 2 tries, though I swear the first time I lost was because I was so distracted by the amazing soundtrack. His really low poise allows for some pretty frequent staggers, so he shouldn't be any trouble. Back in the storehouse, pick up a fragment out of this Fire Knight who somehow duplicated himself. I swear that guy wasn't there before. Another fragment, and it's on to the second hardest boss of the game. Mesmer was a big jump from R'hllana and Gaius, taking me 8 attempts to fell. In all honesty, it's because I kept getting greedy, going for attacks I really shouldn't have. He's up there among my favorite bosses in the DLC, maybe even number 1. It's a bit of a toss-up between him and R'hllana, but he beats her out in turn 4.
Naka, a curse upon thee.
With the Snake Twin dead, I head into the ancient ruins of Raoul, collect a few fragments, totally don't die stupidly. More fragments. It's time for the Centipede Lady. Once more, I've got nothing special to say. She only took 1 try and I only got rotted once. Even that was a bit surprising, considering how rarely she manages to rot me. point, I have some cleanup to do, starting with the big sunflower. Now the first try win, I actually laughed out loud when I saw how much damage I did to its head. I also got to show off the fact that I learned the timing on its triple explosion in Phase 3, which felt amazing to survive. Bit of clean up before the final area, the Mateer quest. Head to the cathedral, don't die stupidly, head into the first finger ruins and blow the first bell. Golden Braid, second ruin, and get Sunlocked. Twice. Blow the bell, third ruins, blow the whistle, and face the Mother of Fingers. Fight took 2 tries, though the first is because I didn't restock on flash after fighting Ana. Burn the tree, head to enter a limb, get stuck on this corner. And get some more fragments. Die. 2 more fragments. And it's time for Letta and Company. Took me 3 tries, which it really shouldn't have. In the future, I'm going to summon for these guys. It's kind of the point of the fight. While I'm here, I want to say that I think this is the best ending for the Hornsent. It's turning to murder and vengeance. He continues with Letta and prays for redemption in dying moments. I think that's nice.
It's just as the woman said it would be. Lord of the Earth Tree, Lord of Marika, you two deserve to face the reckoning. Mikala, please. Redeem.
I'm sorry for speaking to you as a companion when we stood before the withered arm. By way of apology, I will reveal the marrow of my soul, its needles, that will stick you into death. Make the world.
Once the crew sits down, it's time for the hardest From Software boss in the entire catalog, taking 2 hours and 30 deaths before I gave in and brought in my stand, the Mimic Tier. With him in tow, Radahn took 6 more attempts and another half hour before falling to the boy himself. With that, I've beaten Shadow of the Erdtree as a Solitude Knight. Let me know in the comments if you want to see it for another challenge run. I play many games and any recommendations are welcome. My girlfriend requested that I beat the DLC as the best NPC, Ansbach, so our favorite boy is coming up next. I'll see you soon enough. Thank you for watching. Adios.